colleague and a college and dental school friend. He and his wife are both dentists and were very successful at the time. I was just coming out of my residency program, and they couldn't speak more highly of him and how much they trusted him. And basically, any financial or any questions regarding their practice or their future or their family were entrusted to him. And so when I first met him, I kind of assumed that maybe he would ask for me to, show him my bank accounts and, let's invest the money right away. Cause that's kind of what I got from previous interviews with financial planners. What set David apart was that I remember meeting with him and he just wanted to talk to me about me, about my goals, where I was at that point in my life personally, and we just ended up talking. I kind of found it odd at first because I'm like, he spends an hour talking to me and we're going to talk again in a few months. I love that he's getting to know me. In fact, I was actually impressed by it. I found it odd that he wasn't ready to take my money to invest it, even though I knew I probably wasn't in a place to invest yet. And that's a decision that he helped me make because he realized as he got to know me and took the time to get to know me that I needed to be liquid, that I needed finances in order to have money accessible at that time and not put away in some sort of investment account. Here we are, my goodness, probably almost 20 years later, and I consider him my future as far as everything. I mean, my husband and I trust him. He's looked out for us, for our daughter's future. And I can't thank him enough. I consider him a friend. Anytime I'm concerned or I'm nervous about something, even especially with the recent pandemic, when we were shut down, I was a wreck. I was scared. Here I am, a dentist, type A control freak, and now I'm having to shut down my practice for 2.5 months with no income. And because of everything he had done for us, guiding us through investments, where to put our money, diversify, and the way that he diversified it for us personally, we weren't just a stock like sheet, like an open sheet that he just fills out the same thing for everybody. It was very specific to us and our lives, circumstances that we had been through. And I remember him telling me, when we actually shut down, I said, David, I'm freaking out. What do I do? And I trust you completely. And he said that, that how you've been saving for the rainy day, that savings fund, we need to tap into it now. And that's what it's for. And so I said, but David, I'm like, you know me. Imagine that I'm a squirrel. And there's a big pile of nuts. And I know you want me to pick from that pile of nuts, but imagine that squirrel laying on top of that pile of nuts. That's me. I don't want to touch it. And so he said, you know what? Let me do you one better. I'm going to actually print out and create this whole, basically the structured graph, or I don't know what you call it. But it showed all of our assets, everything that we had, and how long I could possibly go and not even worry without having any income come in. He took the time to do all that during a time that I'm sure he was getting dozens, hundreds of phone calls from worried dentists and other and possible medical practitioners, worried about how they're going to take care of their families. And because he did that, I was able to rest easy and focus on what I needed to get my practice ready to come back. And I remember at the end when I came back and we were allowed to come back to practice, I called him and I said, I just needed to thank you so much for protecting me and my family and my psyche, for allowing us to not only, calm my mind by showing us what we have, but you also guided us these however many years so that we actually had the finances to back us up, that we actually are protected, that you actually planned everything out for us. And so I would recommend him to anybody. I actually have recommended him and referred him to many of my colleagues who are very grateful to me, for having David as their financial planner and guide. And now I have a daughter going off to college, and I'm not worried. I have the money for her college, and it will not affect the way that we live, it's not going to affect or scare me because I we can do it. Because he took the time before she was even born to have everything set aside for what we needed as liquid, what we needed to invest, and all the different places that we needed to invest it. He also becomes very personalized as far as where I'm planning to go with my future, with my practice. Do I continue to hold it forever? Do I sell it? Do I stay a partner? Do I stay a percentage of that practice? These are all different important things that he's able to give advice on and wisdom on because he's so specific to physicians, to dentists. He knows how we are and what we need. And so I would say I would recommend him to anybody. I am so grateful to have him in my life.